Michael Connelly is the reason I write crime fiction. I made an entire video about how he's shaped my writing. I have read everything the man has published. So believe me when I tell you, it gives me no pleasure to say what I'm about to say. Ironwood, the second book in his new Catalina series, is the first book he's written that I've read that left me truly disappointed. Now, the trade reviews disagree with me. Booklist starred it. Library Journal starred it. But today I want to talk about why I think this book falls short of the Michael Connelly standard. Why a writer at the absolute top of the genre can still miss. And most importantly, what we can learn from it as writers ourselves. Because here's the thing about studying the masters. You can learn just as much from their stumbles as you do their triumphs. Welcome back to Fireside Writer. I'm TJ Secker, crime fiction author. I'm currently working on traditional publication with my own novels. This channel is for writers who take the craft seriously, and today we're going to talk about something that's a little bit uncomfortable. We are critiquing the king. So, quick housekeeping, this is a spoiler-light review. I will talk structure and character, but I will not ruin the plot for you. So let's get into it. So for context, last year Connelly launched a new series. In Nightshade, he introduced us to Detective Sergeant Stilwell, an LA County Sheriff's detective exiled to Catalina Island after department politics pushed him off the mainland homicide desk. Small island, small department with big secrets. This is a new corner of the Bosch universe. Ironwood picks that up. The book opens with a drug drop gone wrong on the island. Two of Stilwell's detectives were at the scene. One's dead, one's critically injured, and Stilwell gets sidelined. He's stuck cleaning out the station's lost and found, and he finds a backpack that connects to a years-old missing persons case. He pulls the thread, which brings in Renee Ballard from the LA County Cold Case Unit. And suddenly we have a cross-island investigation, with island politics swirling underneath. On paper, that sounds like a great setup. The lost and found room is a doorway into a cold case? That's classic Connelly. The premise is wonderful, but it's the execution where I have issues. Here's my first problem. The book is too short. And I don't just mean page count. I mean it is short on story. If you've read Connelly for years, you know the rhythm of his best work. The case opens, the case complicates. And then somewhere around the 2/3 mark, the floor drops out. The thing you thought the book was about turns out to just be the surface of something deeper. The Lincoln lawyer does it, the poet doesn't, the black ice doesn't. Ironwood sets you up to expect that drop. The cold case widens, the connections multiply. You can feel the book gathering itself for the turn, but then it just ends. Right at the moment when vintage Connelly would go into its highest gear, this one closes the file. What we get instead is a series of smaller cases, competently handled and intertwined in a classic Connelly way. Vandalism on the island, drug investigation, the cold case, each is fine, but none of them land with the weight his legacy has taught us to expect. And I wasn't the only reader who felt shortchanged by how abruptly it ends. Some readers flagged the ending as a cliffhanger that practically forces you into the next book. A Connelly novel has never felt like a chapter of a larger product to me before, but this one did. My second problem goes deeper than plot. It's about engine. And to explain it, I need to talk about what makes Harry Bosch, Harry Bosch. Bosch has a code. Everybody counts or nobody counts. It is the core of the character. It costs him marriages, promotions, friendships, and sometimes it almost costs him his life. Every Bosch novel is powered by that engine. The case matters because it matters to Bosch at a cellular level, and we feel the cost of his obsession on every page. Stilwell is clearly built from similar parts. Connelly gives us the signals. There are hints his previous marriage dissolved because of his work. He is ostracized from the mainland because he would not play department politics. The raw material for the Bosch-level drive is all there, but it stays at arm's length. We're told that Stilwell has paid these prices. We never feel him paying them. The obsession is described rather than dramatized. When Stilwell crosses the line, it just reads like a procedural beat. Competent, professional, but curiously bloodless. 2 books in and I still don't know what Stilwell's version of Everybody Counts is. And without that, the series has a protagonist-shaped hole where the heart should be. Quick pause. If you're getting value out of this, the best thing you can do is subscribe. I'm building this channel for serious crime writers, and every subscribe I get genuinely moves the needle. There's also a newsletter over at tjstecker.com where I share what it's like going through this publishing process. The link is in the description. Okay, problem 3. The Bosch universe connections. Ironwood brings in Renee Ballard as a major player, and Harry Bosch himself gets a mention. As a longtime reader, part of me lit up. That is the pleasure of a shared universe. And Connelly built one of the best in the genre long before cinematic universes became a marketing strategy. But here's the test that I apply, and it's worth stealing for your own work. If you remove the crossover character and replace them with a brand new character with equal competence, would the story change? With Ballard and Ironwood, I'm not convinced it would. Her cold case unit role is a plot function that any LAPD detective could fill. What she brings is recognition, the warm jolt of a familiar face. And fan service is fine as seasoning. It becomes a problem though when it substitutes for the connective tissue the story needs. Compare that to The Crossing, where Bosch, working with Mickey Haller, changed both characters and raised genuine stakes between them. The crossover was the story. In Ironwood, the crossover is a feature. If you take it away, nothing changes with the characters. So what do we actually take away from this as writers? Well, two things. First, your protagonist's drive cannot be backstory. It has to be present tense, dramatized, and costly on the page. In my own novel, Redacted, my protagonist Jeff Coburn is digging into a family mystery that the government wants buried. And the hardest part of every revision has been making sure that that obsession costs something. Watching Connelly struggle this with a new character shows you how hard it actually is. Drive is built through dramatized sacrifice. There is no shortcut, and apparently even 40 novels doesn't exempt you from doing the work. Second, every element earns its place or it goes. A beloved character or a shared universe wink. If it does not change the story, it's decoration. Readers feel the difference even when they cannot name it. So let me be clear on where I stand. Michael Connelly has earned the right to write a book that does not land. The man's floor is still higher than most writers' ceiling. Ironwood is a readable, professional crime novel. It's just not a great Connelly novel. And the gap between those things is exactly where the craft lesson lives. It's a function of his own prowess. We've come to expect certain things from a Connelly novel, and this book did not live up to his own legacy. I will absolutely read book 3. The abrupt ending guarantees it, which may have been the point all along. So if you read Ironwood, I want to hear from you in the comments, especially if you think I'm wrong. Disagreement is where good conversations start. So until next time, go write something, and I'll see you by the fire.